Hello everyone, it's Noel from Noel's Nook, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and this is a self-portrait, and it is in my own drawing style, and I'm doing this because I wanted to try out a new technique, and that is blending colored pencils with baby oil. Now I went into this without any sort of thought as to what I was going to draw. I basically just jumped into it and I kind of went with the flow, and I just didn't have any sort of plan. I was just having fun and I wanted to see how this technique would work and how I could possibly utilize it in the future. Also, it gives me a chance to work out the kinks in my blending when it comes to skin tones, even though I'm having most of the trouble with skin tones with the watercolors. But it also gives me a chance to practice doing hair, which of course is one of the things I want to practice this year, because I have probably the most useless hair technique, and I don't know, it just gives me time to practice this, and I'm really glad that I'm doing this. If you watched the video of me doing Pidge from Voltron, I did make a comment that I am also pretty bad at doing glasses, so that's kind of another thing I work on, because I do wear glasses. If you've ever seen my head pop in on the camera when I'm doing my drawings, you'll probably see that I wear them a lot, and my hair is usually up. I do currently have a longer hairstyle, so I did incorporate that in the picture. Of course, it looks a lot better in the drawing because, as you know, anime hair is always amazing. This also gives me time to practice using my Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I've had them for a really long time. I've pretty much inked, let's see, since I was probably 12, except at that point I wasn't using these pens. I was actually going pretty old school and using pretty much fountain pen type of things. I think I invested in them, and I got some bottles of India ink, and there's like a whole story to this, and I'll probably do that in a different video. But it gives me time to work on my line art, my inking in skills, and working on the thickness that I can get with different pens. There's a video coming up later where I use a different technique to ink, and it's pretty atrocious. But like I said, this series is more about me honing my art skills and improving them. I think blending skin tones with colored pencils is difficult because skin has so many different tones to it. I mean, at least realistic skin. This is just kind of like an anime thing, so but regardless, I wanted this to be as accurate to myself as possible, so I have a very pink undertone. So when I was doing the flesh colors, I tried to use, cream, some light pinks, peaches, things like that. And for the shadow parts that you'll see later, I did use a maroon. I think it was a maroon color. Also, these come from various colored pencil brands that you can buy like at Walmart or your local art store. They aren't that expensive. It's like Rose Art, Crayola. I think I have something called Pen Tech. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. I think one set I got from like the Dollar General chain. So these are not like professional quality things, and the leads come from anywhere like to being on a softer range to being on like something much harder, and some blend better than others, but I just kind of wanted to have fun and let loose. I think this was on a weeknight maybe that I did this, and I think I had a really hard day that day, so I just needed something to help me unwind, and this was like the perfect remedy for that. I really liked shading in the skin tone, and the baby oil was like really fun to play around with. But the only thing that I would recommend if you try this at home is to dab out the excess oil off your brush. And I'm just using some cheap brush that I had lying around. Coming up in that later video, I talked about where I used a different pen for inking in. I did dig out some of my art supplies that I bought while I was in college, and I will be using those in that video. And I'll probably use them for this technique probably in the future. Or I might invest in some like softer brushes, but for right now I'm just kind of using what I have lying around at home. Coloring hair, just like drawing hair, has never come to me naturally. Highlighting hair is just one of those things that I never got the hang of, and this series is pretty much my own little technique tryout / practice / improvement, and it looks pretty bad right now. But the only reason I just wanted to get this picture kind of done, and I think I was more excited to try the baby oil blending than I was trying to make the hair look real with pencils. I just wanted to kind of quickly doodle that in. I think I was more concerned doing the skin than I was with the hair. Again, with the skin tone, I did try my best to make my hair in the picture as close to real life as possible. My hair, I could not actually tell you what color it really is. I always thought I was a dirty blonde, but I had been dyeing it so much, usually to a lighter blonde, that I didn't really know what color it was anymore. And last year I stopped dyeing my hair and I cut my bangs. When did I cut them? Over the summer. And it turns out I have pretty dark hair, so I'd say I'm ranging from maybe like a medium brown to maybe a light brown, dark blonde. So in this video, I did try to get that as close as possible. I used a range of different browns and yellowish browns and just different golden tones. So that's another thing too, is trying to get hair, like hair tones, pretty, I don't know, more, what's the word? Like multifaceted maybe? So different shades in the skin, in the hair tones. Overall, I think this technique is really fun and I can't wait to do more of them in the future. So I thank you guys so much for putting up with my ranting and seeing me through this little art journey that I'm going through. And I hope to bring you more videos like this next time. So go ahead and give your likes and comments. I love reading your comments, guys. Go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to see more of this in the future, and I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have an awesome day.